Hi, everyone. Welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. Well, I'm just going to be very blunt about this. Jason and I have just literally, we're on day 8 of dying right now inside of our house. And I'm so grateful that Jason even came on. I actually tried to replace him last minute this morning, 2 hours before with Kendrick and a few other people, but I completely understand, like, that's just not doable so last minute, and I love those guys, so I have all of the respect. But last night, Jason woke up in the middle of the night and he had the sweats and the shakes, and I'm like, what is going on? But it was too last minute for us to cancel on you guys. So we love you guys. We're back to do hot, messy topics. We have a lot of interesting things to sort of dissect here. So before we jump in, definitely in the live chat, let us know where you're watching from. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. We have other videos coming out today, and of course, TikToks and polls as well. And yeah, let's welcome the sick husband. Hello.
Hi. I mean, I'm actually feeling maybe like 70% better after a nice shower and, whatever. But I'm irreplaceable, Adam. I had to be here. So
Yeah.
I'm also sporting Hello Prenup like freaking everywhere. I miss those girls so much.
I know.
I think we got sick in Palm Springs, though.
I think we got sick in Palm Springs.
It happens.
And it's funny too, because Jason always like jokes and says that I'm like the housewife whisperer. But like the whole time while we're sitting here sick, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And my phone is just going off and I'm just talking to everybody. And he's like, take a beat. And then last night I looked at him and I'm like, you've been on the phone with your mom for 2 hours. I'm like, no,
I know. I
don't
had a
tell me
long
to
talk
take
with
a
her
beat.
last night.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
you know,
Lord have mercy. But it's hot, messy. It's Monday, so happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
If you're a tech fan like me, we just had all the Google releases and Samsung AI thing happened this week. Tomorrow, the new iPhone gets announced. There's that big Apple event, so I'm excited. My week is made.
Yeah, well, and tomorrow, like, I get a reprieve, you guys, but Jason has to come live for Anchor Watch with Gelsey. I'm gonna say to Gelsey too, if you make that live, like with the way that you're feeling, with the headaches and the chills and all of the things, I'm gonna be like, Gelsey, don't ever complain to us about a headache again, because right now we are dying. We are dying.
Well,
and
to be fair, she had like a million concussions, so
no, and I
her headaches
completely
are
understand
different
as somebody that was hit on the head with a 13-pound door hinge.
there you go.
So, and we love Gelsey. I'm just saying, if you make it, then yes, that's insane. But by the way, guys, too,
gotta show up.
I believe Jason put on Up and Adam channel too. Gelsey did a full review of Chanel Ion Beauty, and
so good.
It was
by the way,
good. It was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
We don't have things like that. So she was doing it for the website. If you guys haven't been Up and Adam live, there are a ton of articles that go up throughout the week. It's not breaking news. It's opinion pieces that go up. Sometimes we drop some really fun news there and some fun things like this. And we also have Joanne from London who writes our Real Housewives of London recaps. I think that just went up too. So if you guys are interested to join in the conversation, please do. It's a lot of fun, that site. I love it. Absolutely. Okay, we got to change the energy.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for showing up, you trooper. You both always are. All right, guys. Again, we're just gonna get into like the main topics, and in between, we're gonna take your questions if you have them. If you have a question, I'm posting it right here in the live chat. Just always put this right in front of it. That way we can favorite it, and then we make sure that we hit your question. It just kind of like lets us know what's going on. But I wanted to talk about this Kiki Monique Sheena situation. This has just been an absolute shit show. It started from Katie Ginella doing 2 T's in a pod, and it seemed like the blame shifted to potentially Sheena being involved with this, and Sheena and Kiki had a lot to say, and I also had a lot to say based off of what Sheena had to say. So in case you guys didn't catch those videos, let me just start with this, because I feel like this is where it all started. Here we go.
Also brought up Gina asking if you were wearing Asian designers.
I am not looking to Gina for advice on how to be Asian. or how Asian I need to be. So I'm going to do that
That's
on my
probably
own.
good.
Yeah.
or how to dress, or how to make TikToks.
Right.
Should you ask her or Gretchen and Jen how to make TikToks? What are your thoughts on the fact that Gina said in an interview that if you come back, she won't?
I think it's very sad, and I don't think I'm that scary.
You think it's true? Let's be blunt. You think that's the truth?
No,
me neither.
I don't think it's the truth.
I think that's the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. But hold on.
Your feud with Emily got a little dark at the reunion when
We're just gonna leave it alone at this point. Because I don't want to go through all the clips. So pretty much what was alluded to was the fact that Katie said she had a conversation with her husband, Matt Ginella. And when they had this conversation, the most sense that they can make of it was Sheena said multiple times on Shenanigans that and also made multiple calls to Gretchen Rossi talking about the fact that how do we get you back on the show? We want you back on the show. And now they're kind of thinking maybe Sheena had a hand in planting the story with Kiki. Well, after this came out, I said to Jason, I literally said it. I was like, Sheena and Kiki are going to jump on the first opportunity to make a podcast and clap back at these claims, which as one would.
I mean, we would too.
We would too.
Totally.
And yeah, that's exactly what they did. So if you guys didn't hear it, here we go. Thank you to Reality Ops.
So much to say.
I'm going to first start out with a rumor that I heard.
Oh God.
Okay, because we're going to get into the Kiki Monique of it all. So I heard a rumor. So there isn't one part of me, and correct me anywhere that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There isn't a part of me that doesn't believe that you went out to dinner with Jen, Ryan, Gretchen, Slade, and all of this was talked about.
It was.
It was. So we'll get into the Jen of it all in a minute.
Okay.
But what I was told, who knows if this is true, but I was told that Gretchen and Sheena are very tight.
Yes.
And that Sheena told Kiki.
I have heard that from multiple people too.
Okay. So I'm glad that we got that figured out. So, I heard that they are very tight. So there's multiple sources that could have told Kiki.
There is an account that was created just for this. I was sent.
What?
I'll send it to you if you would like me to. And actually they sent it to Matt and Matt sent it to me. And he was like, this is how it makes sense. And it was Sheena. There's clips of Sheena calling Gretchen with Kiki on their podcast together saying, how do we get you back on the show? How do we do this? And it's this stream of like 20 slides of how it makes sense that it allegedly was them.
Because I heard that you said on Biofiles, what did you say? I'll die on that.
I didn't tell Kiki.
You didn't tell Kiki.
I did
but
not
you do
Kiki.
gossip with Kiki.
Yeah, about myself. I was sitting at that lunch and she knew about the episodes that I hadn't even seen.
Okay.
She had seen screeners that I hadn't even been given.
So I'm going to first start out with a rumor that I heard.
Okay.
God.
This week for the Jack's Hole, I think we can agree it is the 2 T's and a Pod podcast for the lies that were spread about us this week.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, okay, Tamara wasn't on the episode. It was just Teddy, which I also think is beyond unfair.
So let me just stop really quick. I'm literally gonna stop multiple times in this. Actually, you know what? Let me fucking play it and then I'll talk about it.
Because is this Tamara feeding Teddy this information and keeping her hands clean by not being on the episode? Did someone else feed Teddy this information? Regardless, I also want to point out I'm friends with all parties. I've been friends with Gretchen for a long time. I'm also friends with Tamara and with Teddy. So why would I do this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's frustrating. Teddy is going through enough right now. She doesn't need any hate that's going to come back, any backlash from her with this, because it is a flat out lie.
Yeah, and I don't even believe the part that I've heard this because nobody's heard this. Nobody in this Bravo universe has heard this. This is the first time this has ever been put out there, and it's completely false. And Tamara knows the truth.
Yes.
I spoke with Tamara in New York City at Watch What Happens Live. She knows the whole truth, so she can easily tell Teddy, don't even put this out there because I know that this is false.
But also, Tamara has editing control over her own podcast, so you would have had to have okayed this podcast to go out in the world, knowing that is fucking false.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to defame me? Like, and you,
Yeah.
This isn't okay. It's a flat out lie. And, a 40-year-old Sheena is taking a page out of Cardi B's book. And I'm not going to settle if you try to take advantage of me. If you try to lie about me, I am going to fight back. I'm not letting people walk all over me anymore. And people need to start getting used to that.
Yeah, you did not deserve this. I did not deserve this. This
Bullshit.
is not okay.
So
All right. So let me just say a few things, you guys. First, let me ask Jason your initial reaction.
I have so many things to say, so I'll let you go first on this whole thing. I wanted to say something about this because Someone in our comments last Hot Messy Topics told us to go enlighten ourselves and go watch the Juicy Scoop interview with Heather McDonald, with Gretchen Rossi, and Slade. I had already seen this interview before I made my comments on Friday, and now I have so much more to say, but go ahead, you give your bit, because I have so many things of why I'm telling you I will die on this hill too. I am Team Katie. Her story has been consistent. It has never changed. And I'll tell you why, but go ahead.
Okay,
I want to get your take on this first, because
the
Sheena's
original statement that
crazy.
was made in this was, I don't know why Tamara was there, and I feel like that's like really unfair. Here's the thing, you guys. This was very public information, public knowledge. When Tamara rejoined the Real Housewives of Orange County, a part of her contract and a part of the deal was the fact that with Two T's in a Pod being one of, if not the most popular Bravo podcast, that she was not allowed to recap or talk about the show while the show was airing. That's why Teddy always had to get Cynthia Bailey, Dolores Catania. She would always bring in co-hosts in order to cover the show, because Tamara couldn't do it. So Tamara was definitely, for damn sure, not allowed to be a part of this. Now, I also saw where she was saying that they were defaming her name. They were saying that they heard. They were not saying that it was a fact. It really fucking sucks. And I understand that when people defame your name. I think that we get that really just as much as anybody else. And yeah, that sucks. It sucks. And I get that for you. But saying that they defamed your name, they were alluding to the fact that Sheena might have played a part in this. And you guys all know that I love Sheena, but there are certain things that I'm like, at this point, I had a conversation with Jason the other day. We were constantly asked about a lot of our relationships and stuff. And by no means do we ever want to come on here and be nasty or mean. And 9 times out of 10, we always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And we sit there and we give you guys like the cotton candy version of really what's going on behind the scenes, because we're like, listen, we don't want to fight with anybody. Sometimes these relationships, they're not in the best standing. And at the end of the day, we wish everybody the best. But that part is true. We just don't need to go into detail as to what's going on behind the scenes. Fuck that. We're done not doing that anymore. So
I know it's too much. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, before you jump into it, my next thing is, she said that Tamara has editing control over this podcast with iHeartRadio.
No shit.
100%. We have editing control over our podcast. We're also connected to a network, Cloud 10. And we also understand that, yes, when you film a podcast, especially interviews or anything like that, usually when we film an interview and we finish it off, we say, is there anything that you want us to cut out? Because that's just a courtesy. And that's something that we agree to before we even start the podcast. And sometimes people, they let their words get away from them and they start saying shit. And they're like, oh, no. Take that out. So we understand how that works. But as somebody who was also sort of, I'm going to say victimized in a situation, I'm going to say victimized, but I'm not a victim, in a situation where there was a podcast with Sheena and Kiki and also another Bravo cast member where there was the conversation about a potential lawsuit against me, which I thought was absolutely disgusting, especially because...
Well, there was no reason for it either. Like, it didn't even fit. No reason. This
person got clowned because this person tried to play both sides of Zach, Peter, and I. And when that happened, Zach and I eventually, we came together and we just said, hey, listen, let's just we don't need to fight. And sending all the love to Zach and everybody with Jeff Epstein, that just breaks my heart for them. Yeah. But we don't need to fight anymore. Let's just put this to bed. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years too long. But the problem with that was when we did come together and we had that conversation, there just by chance was the fact that we talked about one of the people who was on this podcast and how I was sent a text message telling me that Zach was in the wrong, and Zach was sent a text message telling him that I was in the wrong. And we were like, oh my God, did we get played? And so then this literally blew up into something. And so goes on to this podcast and then talks about the possibility of suing us, which I thought was the most ridiculous fucking thing that I've ever seen in my life or heard. And then I thought in my head, I reached out to both of them because for Kiki, and I love Kiki, but I sat on the phone with you for like an hour plus trying to help you with the algorithm with you and your manager or whoever, trying to help you with the algorithm of YouTube and trying to do my best to help you like expand everything that you're doing. And then we also wrote Scheana show for her live show that Heather McDonald was featured on. Jason sat in the back. He controlled all of the music, all of the cues, did everything. I hosted the show, reached out to Heather McDonald, made sure that we had people who were going to be there. All of the things that it was not our show. We did not get paid to do that. We had no responsibility or obligation to do any of that, but we did that because we were friends, right? So when you're talking about editing rights, yeah, no shit. You also had the editing rights to take that out of your podcast, and you
But
didn't
also,
do
you
it.
know what
So I
really
don't feel
bothered me
bad for
about
you.
that? And I don't want to harp on that anymore, but do you know what I really didn't like was no one could say your name. You know what I mean? After we had just done the show, that Kiki couldn't say your name, Sheena couldn't say your name, and it's just like it's wild to me. It's so wild, you know. Anyway, let me just start on this whole thing because I wanted to revisit that whole Juicy Scoop interview. The reason I didn't bring that up is because I watched the whole interview and people are like, enlighten yourselves, or whoever wrote that in the comments. I'm like, girl, I watched the whole thing. I think my brain cells like slowly went away. Heather is amazing at what she does. I love Juicy Scoop. And Heather has, she has no dog in the fight. She's just having her guests on her show,
Yeah.
Great interview. Slade, here's my problem with Slade. Nobody likes Housewives more than Slade. He loves Housewives more than a housewife. He wants to be a housewife. It came off very clear when they replayed that what was it, like the season 2 reunion or whatever it was, and he was telling Andy like, oh, I chose to not do the show. And then in the interview with Heather on Juicy Scoop, he kept talking over Gretchen, and it really annoyed me. It's like he wanted to control the interview.
She looked annoyed.
She looked, I know. And then not only that, okay, you got to remember this guy is like a washed up actor. Like he never made it. Cool, whatever. So this is his performance, which is great. Cool. Awesome. But when he gloats about sitting in the development room with producers and how he had the first spinoff and how he is so important, it just makes me think that you're all behind all of this shit. And the real target, I think, is Tamra. But whatever. Then the problem, because you and I went back and we rewatched the whole scene with Kiki and Gretchen and Gina, right? My problem here is, why is anybody calling anybody a journalist?
Right.
Like, no offense. We're not journalists. We're content creators. We have fun. It's a book club, right? We're not like on the news. We're not Rick Leventhal over in, Iraq and covering like shit happening. No one's a journalist. We're talking about reality TV. It's not that deep. Okay.
Right.
A journalist wouldn't go sit down with two people and just like spew everything out. And my biggest takeaway from that was, because I don't know Kiki, you know Kiki, but my biggest takeaway from that was she sat there, and instead of leaving it at the whole situation between Katie and Gretchen, she had to drop the whole Asian designer thing to Gina. And I'm like, that is some shit stirring shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. And then with Gina, this is what's driving me nuts about all of these women on the show going against Katie. And like I said, I'm going to die on this hill until someone can prove me wrong. Katie's story has been consistent. Gina's stakes are so high. I mean, the stakes are so high that Katie did not wear Asian designers all the time. And I'm like, girl, get a storyline. Like, what is happening? It's not that deep. This is made in China right here. It's called an iPhone. I'm sure the sweatshirt was. Tons of stuff are made in Asia. Does it have to be an Asian designer? Like, she wants to represent Asian designers, which is great, but that doesn't mean every day she's going to put on an Asian designer. It is so wacky how deep Gina is going with that. Anyway, that's my whole thing with the situation. I feel like when we introduce a new housewife who maybe has some kind of popularity, when we introduce a new housewife who's like, I don't know, I kind of find Katie more relatable than anyone on the show, Now the whole season is about her. So these girls are just getting their pants twisted. They really are. And it's just like, it's not fun to watch that. It's like, let's do Housewives. Let's not gang up on one person who came onto the show. And I don't even know Katie. I've never talked to Katie. I don't know her. I just liked her on the show. I've said that since we first started covering OC on here.
Yeah. And I
that's my
agree.
issue with everything.
No. I totally agree. And I agree with what Jason said originally with the whole having a conversation and with Gretchen, because that's what she was there to do. And this is not a Kiki bash. Again, love Kiki. I also did not understand the bringing to Gina, whatever it was. That was
I'm sure
still
she
on
had
film.
somebody in her ear. I'm sure a producer was like, also mention this.
Yeah. Well, and it was still on film. It was on film. So at the end of the day, like, this was going to come out anyways. And, what Kiki said, it was verified by a pan back editing showed
Yeah.
that this conversation was had while they were on the bicycle. So yes, that's fine. Now, for me, truly, I think that we're going to see how all of this pans out and plays out. I've heard a couple things about the finale so far. Emily Simpson has teased that this is going to be insane. I feel like the finale is going to heavily revolve around Gretchen Rossi. But truly, with watching and listening to what Jason is saying about when you are the one who is like front and center on the show and like the cast turning on you, we've seen it before. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we saw, you guys, when Monica became the center of attention, the women were like, get this bitch out of here. Like, get her out of here. We are done with her. And they wanted to figure out any which way to make sure that she was not going to be featured in any capacity anymore. And then they stood together as a united front and said, we will not film if she films. And I'm kind of wondering if that's what they're going to do to Katie. So I'm hoping that Katie goes into the reunion with
here's the thing.
The conflict, but also
what did Katie do? That's what I'm saying. Say she said that or whatever. Housewives have done worse. Shannon has done worse. They all Tamara has done worse. Vicky has done worse. Like, what? Why is it so important that Katie get all this? Like, we're just shifting on her. It's a blame shift of like, it's Katie. And then they trap her in these situations like Emily did. It made me lose a lot of respect for Emily on the show. I don't know. And then you have the ultimatum of Gina, like, I can't come back to the Real Housewives.
That too. And Gina messaged me. Gina messaged me and she said, like, I like your reels and I like your TikToks. I feel like you're very fair, but like, honestly, truly, at the end of the day, I'm being fair. Yes, I'm being not biased because I feel like that's exactly how you should be. And even when I have conversations with Bravo talent, you guys will never know about them. I'll never share a story until the story comes out and then I'll reference that story. I really don't have the ability to do that at this point because we know, and I'm not even trying to sound like an asshole, but like, we know everybody. So if something comes out and I say it and it hasn't been published on a major media publication, they're going to know it's me. And then I lose all credibility. Just the same reason that I didn't share the text messages with Whitney. It's because I didn't want to lose credibility. I don't want that. Like,
no, it's better to take the hit
so
and
hard to do everything.
Exactly. Even, and that's the thing too, that I was kind of also wondering why Kiki went on because, when your name was brought up, when you had the phone call with Whitney, they were pushing for you to go to Mexico, show up, for the girls' trip and stuff, just to do this whole thing. And we're like, leave it alone. Like, we don't belong on it. You don't belong on it. This is not what Housewives is. And like, so many things are revolving around what like a blogger or whatever, I hate that word, is saying. It's insanity. Come on. Do you remember Kelly Dodd, guys? Okay.
Can we cue Kelly Dodd in this shit right now?
Cue Kelly Dodd, because you would forget about the whole.
Can I call her?
You'd forget. No. It's like 9:30. They're recording.
Are you sure?
You do this all the Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, 'cause
No, I'm just like, do you remember like, Kelly Dodd on the show? She would have like one sentence, two sentences, and people would flip out. And it's valid, you know. But I mean, what did Katie do? Like, Katie's not coming in and like calling Heather Dubrow, see you next Tuesday, and this, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know, like, what is so big about that?
exactly.
You know.
And by the way, guys, wait, hold on. What are you guys saying? We're about to take your questions. Yes, cute Kelly, call her. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna do it for you, and I'm gonna see if she answers.
She's gonna be like, "What the do you want?"
No, she's not.
And you gotta tell her you're live too.
I always do. I think it was a fake. Guys, it was done by an actor.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Okay, no, you're right. All right. So, guys, we are just going to take a few questions before we move on to the next. Matt said, "Are you team Lisa or Larsa?" Also, Adam, did you see what I sent you on IG about Bravo mixing their surnames? Team Larsa, and no, I didn't. I'll check that out.
Team Larsa, I'm gonna say Team Larsa too.
Yeah.
This is the first she's activated the season. She is like there. I used to really like Lisa, but she's just kind of being annoying this season. I don't know why. I like her on the show though.
I agree. 400 in the room. Lisa said, "How can the two of you be sick looking as good as you do?"
Lisa, the moment that this camera
Thank
turns
you.
off, I'm gonna fall on the floor and go to bed. Okay. But I'm a performer, or I used to be a performer, and the show must go on. It has to go on.
All
Lisa
right.
Cornish, member for 15 months.
Hey.
Thank you.
Pat, I live on Hilton Head. Well, hey,
Oh,
maybe
nice.
we'll see you
We'll
walking
run
the
into you.
beach and we'll run into you. And definitely if you run into us, you'll notice us because I'm always in all black with a backwards hat. So you'll see me. Okay. Francine said, "Hi, Adam and Jason. Wanted to catch a live. Stayed awake for my 47th birthday. Hey,
my
happy
God.
birthday to watch my
Happy
favorite Hot
birthday,
Messy
Francine.
Topic." Francine, happy birthday. I hope you have the most special, most beautiful birthday. And I hope all of your birthday wishes come true. Jason looks so good. Cannot even tell he was feeling sick. Looking better than me this morning. Guys, you
have no idea. I pulled this together in like 20 minutes. Okay.
He's a monster. Bonnie said, "You guys are so fired up. Great Monday energy. Thank you so much." Judy Goldfarb said, "Go Jason. I am now team Katie too. Wasn't in the beginning." Okay. Speaking of beef, is everything okay with Taste of Reality Girls? Haven't seen them or heard you mention them in a while. Okay. So you guys ask me about this all of the time. And I said this at the very beginning. I feel like I'm constantly just always giving the benefit of the doubt. Let me just really preface this by saying the Taste of Reality Girls, when we do collaborations, this is how we built our entire channel with other content creators when I first started who had big channels, and they allowed me to go on their channels, and it drove traffic to my channel, helped building that subscriber base. That's kind of how this works, right? Like you never really get paid for any of it. You just kind of know that it's in the long term, you're investing your time into
it's also fun.
Something. And it's fun.
What I mean?
It's
fun to talk to somebody else. And then, you know what I mean? Like
I don't, as far as like the Taste of Reality Girls, Ashley and Amani, the last time we saw them was in Charleston, which we had a great time. We were celebrating not only their birthdays, but also a milestone for tasteofreality.com. And, you know, we even went out to dinner. I think Jason and I picked up like it was a sizable tab. I think it was like $500 or $600. I don't know what it was, but it was at this
we
place
can all drink. So that
it was a sizable tab. There was a lot of people and we just picked up the tab, but it was a celebration. And honestly, we're so grateful for the fact that they have been on the channel and just like, you know, collaborating with us. And I understand what that does for us.
It took a lot off of me too, because, you know, we have a commitment to our because we started Hot and Messy together. That was it used to be our podcast, Hot and Messy Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a commitment to our podcast network as well. I need to be on a certain amount of episodes. It's just like kind of how it works out. But like Adam said before too, like Ryan Bailey hasn't been on. Like, people have things to do. You know what I mean? Everyone is
Right.
busy. We try to get everyone on, and we know that people have like certain favorites that they like to watch with Adam and stuff. But we will on actually Friday. You have Beyond the Blinds from Cloud
Yeah,
10 are coming on.
exactly.
And that's gonna be
It-
a lot of fun. So it's just
For-
how we can make it work with the travel and with everything we have going on.
And I know that they just started a YouTube channel. Guys, there's no riff, there's no beef.
Not at all.
After
Love
Charleston,
them.
we haven't really heard from the Taste of Reality girls. I don't know if it was because we launched up and adamlive.com. I'm not really quite sure. Because
Yeah,
I
but
feel
it's
like
not
we
the
went out
same
of our
thing.
we went out of our way to, it's not the same thing. You know, like you said, we're very opinionated in the pieces that are put on Up and Adam Live. They are very just like kind of breaking news. But I feel like we really went out of our way to celebrate their birthdays. Neither one of us received a happy birthday or anything like that. And I understand that
It's okay.
everybody's
It's
busy.
petty.
It's petty. I understand that everybody's busy, but no, I think that I just expect a little bit more. If I'm being honest with you guys, because I said at the very beginning that I'm so sick of sugarcoating shit with everybody. I feel like because Jason and I are always extending ourselves to everyone, especially if we bring you into anything that we're doing, we're always just trying to help and elevate and do the best that we can and give you the most energy that we can. And so I think at some point you have to understand.
I'm giving all
that
my energy today.
Right.
Like, this is
Well,
all the energy I'm gonna have.
No,
for
but
the
I think
rest.
at some point you either you find that to be reciprocated or you just eventually move on from that, and that is
Yeah.
okay. So I have
Let's move on
nothing-
from this. There's so
right.
many questions.
nothing
and
but
this is-
negative to say, or nothing
Run
but
on.
positive to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just go check out tasteofreality.com. That's all I have to say.
Great site.
Amanda, do you think Gretchen's just lying because she's upset at Katie that Katie went repeating what she did? She could be. We don't know. I think the reunion's going to tell. Anne said, do you think Katie will be at the reunion? She's absolutely going to be at the reunion.
They're filming it this week.
And
Aren't they?
it's in the next 2 weeks. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Kelly Williams said, has Gina commented on her comments about the Asian designers? I have not
Why
seen
is
any
she
comments.
so I'm sorry to bring this back because we've talked about this for 40 minutes, but why is she so pressed about the Asian designer thing? Like, focus on your open house or go do something else. Get a
Right.
storyline. That would be great.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
No, I completely agree. So now moving on, guys, we're going to go over to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're going to clear the air. We're almost 500 in the room.
Hit that like button.
And yeah, let us know in the live chat. Maybe you guys are liking the more honest version of us. Maybe it's the sickness. I don't know. I think that our patients are nil or non-existent.
Listen,
I feel like
I'm
Ramona
always,
Singer, I'm like, last year I
always
was
honest.
a piece of work. This year, I'm a work in progress. And I don't know why I
Lord
have to
have
grab the
mercy.
bubbies when I say it, but here we go.
You know, though, like we've always been honest. It's okay to be honest and just be nice, you know? That's
Yeah,
all.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Speaking
So-
of honest and nice, here we go.
Yep. Here we go. Thank you to Turning the Tables by Teresa.
They were all trying to ice me out so they'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, so then maybe then Teresa won't come back.
So and
So
that's the
why
problem
it's been
with
so hard for I guess Bravo to make a decision what they want to do.
but I think too when people in the Housewives start that's their focus now is, hey, we got to make sure that we're not doing this in this scene and we're not talking to her in this scene. It's like now we're focusing on the wrong thing. The self-producing is what's caused problems on these shows over the
Right.
years.
And
It's-
that's
you're-
why I
and-
feel like Salt Lake City is amazing. I've been watching Salt Lake City. I've been learning a lot. Yes. So I've been reflecting and learning and watching and so we'll see, we'll see what the future holds. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Yes. Well, if you ever want to talk Salt Lake City, you call me because they're getting ready to premiere in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so.
no, and I'm so excited because I love Whitney so much. I'm like, I need to come on Salt Lake City. I'm like, I'll definitely have your back over there, girl. I'm like, and you need to come to Jersey and have my back. I told you.
Yeah.
Now,
Have you ever been to
that's
Salt
my
Lake?
girl in Salt Lake City. I love Whitney. In Miami, I love Alexia and Larsa. Even Larsa, because Larsa and I did House of Villains together.
Yes.
So, and then in Dubai, it's Chanel. I love Chanel and Talene because I bonded with
Yes.
them. So I have girls in like a lot of cities. Yeah. Basically, they were all
Okay, so
Ooh, we got close.
oh, we got close. Teresa, save yourself, girl. Do not align yourself with Whitney Rose. Like, if you, I mean, at this
She's
point,
not good at picking, though. We know that, right? Like,
you just have a shitty picker.
it's
And
just,
that's okay.
I don't think she's a horrible person. I just think she picks wrong. She believes the wrong thing too. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah, for somebody so smart, you like your picker. It's like, I feel like her picker is like drunk. It's like the Italian wine. Like, did the wine get to your picker? I don't know, because Teresa is really put together. She looks gorgeous all the time. The woman
yeah.
is a monster with the way
I mean,
that
in
she
person
works.
too, she's stunning.
Stunning. And she will work a room and she will take every opportunity. She is always early. She's prompt. She delivers and she stays till the end. Like, she is one of the housewives that the network and even Andy Cohen and even her cast, who does not like her, they boast about her work ethic. It's like unmatched. So
Hey, you know what? You got to give credit where credit's due.
what happened
You
to
know,
your picker? What happened to your picker? You know? And then the only other thing I was going to say is, yes, you guys, Salt Lake City is coming out this month. I think it's going to be really great. And
so
I don't know
good.
why you're aligning yourself with Whitney, because if you watch the trailer,
Wait,
Whitney is
but-
featured for like 3 seconds of like a 1-minute trailer. That's not the person to align yourself with. Mary Cosby, Lisa Barlow, Heather Gay. I'm not even a fan of Heather Gay, but Heather Gay, Meredith. There's so many other people, you guys. Angie Katsunavis is like the new, I don't even know what she is, like the new head
What
honcho. I'm ready for
happens?
Jen
I
to get out
know.
of prison.
Pff.
Really?
She's
I
probably
am.
ready to get out of prison too. Listen, I just don't know what's happening with Jersey though, because right, you know, I know that they're testing new girls. They do this all the time, by the way. You know,
Oh.
just because Teresa's not filming right now, it doesn't
Hold
mean
on.
she's not going to be on the show. They test new girls all the time.
Hold on. So last
there's
night,
more.
you guys, we had the VMAs, which was on the vision board for Danielle Cabral. She's always wanted to go to the VMAs, and she got to meet the person of her dreams, which was DJ Pauly D.
Oh,
I've
I
heard
was going
some
to say
stuff
Tate
about
McRae.
you. I've heard some stuff. But we're going to leave that alone. She got to meet DJ Pauly D. Here is what she said when she was asked by Page Six.
Yes, they're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, if that makes sense. And I can almost guarantee Jersey fans will not be disappointed. So just hang tight, and I promise you, Jersey will deliver.
Is this confirmation that you're coming back?
No, I said no such thing, but we'll see. You'll all be happy with how Jersey turns out.
Okay, well, we do know that they were kind of trying to get some new people, right? So did you recommend any of your friends?
Yeah, I think when the casting process happens, we always recommend. I'm excited about some of the new faces, and I think it's about time, baby.
Can you tease like when we can finally see our Jersey girls back on our screens? Like, would it happen in the next year or even like end of this year? Like anything?
I think it's going to happen a lot faster than what you guys think. And I really hope to God it's back to the good old days. Christmas, Halloween, the holidays. So, you know, hang tight. Wait a little longer, I promise.
Do you know that it's coming back, that that you're excited that it's coming back, or anything you can say? I'm trying to see who will return.
Yeah, we can't give like that info. To be honest, we don't even know 100%. But I think they're going to get it right this time.
Real Housewives of
There you go.
Well, you know, I know we're still waiting. This is going to be the biggest return ever. I wouldn't be surprised if this announcement comes at BravoCon. You know, if we get to meet some of the newbies like who are testing, I don't know. I think that would be, this is going to be a huge return, and it needs to happen because we're all fucking waiting, you know?
The thing is about, so for you guys, if you don't technically, because most people wouldn't know this information unless you've heard us talk about it before, but usually when people test, they test for about 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks time, they pair the new people with OGs. They kind of figure out, what is your fit? Are you like, what is your lifestyle? They film in your home, they film your family, and they decide either you're a housewife, you're a friend of, or you're just not a fit for the franchise. So it only takes 2 weeks. So when Jason is saying at BravoCon that this could be an announcement, Jason is absolutely right. Like, this could be a massive announcement.
Huge.
Because we have Margaret Josephs, Dolores Catania, we have Melissa Gorga, we have Teresa Giudice, and now Jen Fessler, who will all be going to BravoCon. So yeah, it could happen. We're going to take some questions really quick. Summer Sunshine said Kim D spilled a lot about her this week, talking about Teresa Giudice. I heard the rumors, you guys. If you did not catch my video, I said I am not opening Pandora's box because Kim D is like exhausting. Like that woman she goes in and she's like, oh, wait until you find out because you don't know. I play with the big boys. Like she talks to you like you're Dorinda, but she's like a Timu Dorinda. Like she doesn't even, there's no commitment on it. You know what I mean? Like you can't, it's not the same shit. But for her, she was talking, or at least the rumor was that she helped align Louis Ruelas' ex, Vanessa Reiser, who is a huge proponent of women fighting against narcissistic men, etc.
I wonder what led her to do that.
Right. And that she helped her find legal. And so that was what caused the rift. Now, when she posted a thing and she was talking about a couple, people were going wild in the comments and they were like, well, is this Teresa and Louis? I feel like this is Teresa and Louis. Are you fighting with Teresa? And she said, no, I don't listen specifically to Kim D's shit. So I don't know. If you guys find something out that I don't, then let me know. And if not, then I'll just wait till it turns into an article because I like the cliff notes, especially in this situation.
Yeah, especially with I can't listen to it right.
I can't listen.
You know who I like listening to though, because you just played the clip, is Kristen Gray Snow. He has such a great voice.
I love Christian.
Him. Yeah, he's great. Can't wait to see him.
I love Christian and also Vicky. I love them. First of all, Jason and I hung out with Vicky, She by Sheree.
Who else was at that table?
Emily,
Meredith.
Ryan Bailey, Emily D. Baker, Ryan Bailey, me, you, Caroline Stanberry, Sergio, and Brandy Glanville was outside, but I talked to her in Palm Springs. She totally did not remember this conversation, so she doesn't count, I guess. But no, Vicky is incredible, and Christian Gray Snow, I've met him multiple times at BravoCon, and he's always just like a very sweet person. He's very Southern, and I think he lives in Charlotte, so he's not too far from us.
Yeah.
Carol Castellano said, when are we going to see your gummies? We got the best news. It's coming soon.
Guys. So when we do a rebrand, so we've rebranded this. We just can't wait to get them back out, but there's so many legalities that go into this. It's such a long process. I've been battling with lawyers. You have no idea. The entire summer the site is ready. Everything is ready. We even have photographs being taken right now and everything just to add to the site and socials and stuff like that. We are literally, I want to say 2 weeks away. I hope 2 weeks away. I can't wait. Because I'm running out. I want my gummy.
Can I spill something really quick?
Sure.
So guys, even with our rebrand, I know that we thought at first, and you always learn lessons, like when you start businesses or, even if you watch Shark Tank, which is like one of my favorite shows, you listen to Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary and Barbara, everybody, and they started 100 businesses before like the one actually landed, right? That's kind of how it goes as an entrepreneur. Yeah. Not everything is going to land. And for us, we thought that the name Blow was going to be such an impact name. But what we really, really quickly realized was, well, it was such a great brand that we loved. It definitely took us out of the commercial market. And we had a lot of heavy hitters who wanted to be a part of what we were doing. They just could not stand behind that name. So now that we've rebranded it in a more commercially friendly name, oh wait, you have no fucking idea. This is going to be sick. You guys are going to
be great.
Branching out into every single category that you could imagine. You have no idea. You guys are going to die. You're going to have so much fun with it. Last but not least, Steph B. Love the London mug, by the way, Jason. Yes.
It's from my best friend in London. Huh?
Did she buy that for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
This was one of my gifts.
So, well,
I've had
Hey.
this, I think, even before I met you.
Well,
It's old.
I did want to go to, before we end up capping this off with more BravoCon stuff and things that are going on with Andy Cohen at SiriusXM. I have a video to play for you about that. I wanted to play this because I have been talking about this. I thought that it was absolutely disgusting. I thought that this woman was trying to just get attention. It was so thirsty. And then I was seeing Gigi from Shaws of Sunset. She went on and she was talking about, here, let me just bring it up. She was talking about Britney Cartwright being with her new man. Britney went to Mexico with her new man before filming The Valley, and this was her way to get some reprieve before she knew she was about to spend 3 months filming nothing but drama. And the photos came out. Clearly, these are paparazzi photos. And the reason that I say that is because she's not loving the angles, and she will explain this in this audio. But Gigi said, no shade, but is she pregnant too? I mean, he's holding her belly, and the belly
know what I
is
mean?
definitely bellying. Like, yeah, you're an
Why?
asshole.
Why?
You're an asshole.
Just
And then-
don't type it out. You know what I mean? Just think it in your head. Write it on a piece of paper, put it away. Why do you have to go on social media?
Gigi said somebody messaged her or commented and they said, this is disgusting. And she said, come at me, bitch. Like, come at me because I'm going to come at you back. You have no idea who you're effing with. And it was so aggressive. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, for who are you fighting with? A keyboard warrior with like a dog avatar? Like, she's like, you think you're going to troll me? You have no idea. Like, I'm the ultimate troll. You're going to find out. F around and find out. Shut up. Sit down. All of the Shaws of Sunset. You guys, honestly, like, shut up.
They're not bringing it back, right? They're not doing the Valley thing.
No, but they're doing the Persian Valley. No, they already filmed it. They already have confessionals. But like for Gigi specifically, you went on. There's this woman who, she got a diagnosis for her son. She's doing the best that she can. She is trying to sit there and pay the mortgage for this home that really got tripled based off of her D-bag ex-husband. And she is literally doing the best that she can. So
I have to say this before you play that. Before you play that, who just said this in the live chat? Here it is. Gesso says Gigi is starting stuff because she'll be at BravoCon, just drama. This is another announcement I would expect at BravoCon. And yeah, to get people talking, to get this is what they do, or at least they think they're doing it. You know what I mean? But this was
hey
just
guys,
not a
we have a
great
new
comment.
show called The Persian Valley, TBD on the name. So let me body shame this woman.
I know it's just not the right way to go about it.
No, you stupid ass.
Horrible. And how old isn't she my age? Like, grow up, girl. Like, what are you doing?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Hold on. She she's 40. Yeah, she's 43.
Gold. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Like,
here we go. I'm gonna play the clip.
Grow up.
And have fun for 5 days.
Because you deserve it.
Yes. Like with everything else, some things I can't even talk about that are going on. Like there's just like a lot that's happening.
Yep.
And then, people are coming out with these articles, and it's just been crazy that people can say whatever they want to say.
I know.
And make headlines.
Just like I'm like, what's her name? Gigi or whatever from Shaw's Sunset.
So those of you that are listening that might not know what I'm talking about, one of the fan pages, CC Loves You, she posted the photos that were taken of me and my friend on the beach and that we had no idea that were about. And some of them are horrible angles. I would even look at that and I was like, damn, I look bad as hell. Like that is a terrible angle. And he was like, oh my God, we look huge.
Exactly.
Like,
you would not, if that was a stage photo, you would have that shit on lock. You would have a photo shoot.
Exactly. I would have never allowed those photos from the side where we both look like hippopotamuses come out. Like, oh my God. Like, absolutely not. So anyways, she posted underneath of the post that the fan page wrote, and she said, no shade, but is she pregnant too? I mean, he's holding her belly and the belly is definitely bellying.
It was just like, what are you've been on TV. She's been on for years, I'm sure, right?
A long time.
So I used to watch
I never met her in person before.
Yeah, so like she knows who you are.
I had no issue with her at all. So it was just strange. Like I would never, as a woman or as a human being, go and comment something about somebody else's body.
Exactly.
And obviously, if it was a pregnancy announcement, I would be announcing my pregnancy. I wanted to get away and have fun for 5 days.
Crazy. I mean, it's true. It's like, if you want to start some shit with this stuff. Don't like aim for the jugular and just like go, you know what I mean? Like, just bad taste in my mouth. I don't like the body shaming. And you know what? Everyone goes through it. I went through it. I didn't look very good for a couple years. You know, like we all go through it. It's just life.
I'm in
Like,
it
why do
right
you have
now,
to sit
you
there and
guys.
oh, come on.
No.
Please.
But I feel like, to be honest with you, here's my thing, because I saw where somebody said something about me, like, you guys, and when we lived in Florida, I lost so much weight, and I was on a different health regimen, and people were like, "Oh my God, you're on Ozempic, lay off of it because we can see everything."
You can't win. You can't win. No, I know.
But then
I know.
after, like now, people are like, "Adam, what happened to your face on the Hello prenup thing? What happened to your face? Lay off the filler. You look fat as fuck." And I'm like, let me just say really quick, this is weight, okay? And this is, first of all, it costs a lot of money to put this into this body, okay? This is not a broke man's thing to be a fat man. And so as a fat man, when I am fat,
Adam, come on.
I know. But when I am
Enough.
fat, I'm making a
Bobby,
joke.
don't
I'm
GG
stealing,
yourself. You know what I mean?
I'm stealing my dad's joke. But as like a, like, and especially for Britney, same thing. Our weight can go up and down. We're still going to be pretty at the end of it. So for you, ugly stays. I don't give a shit if you're the most ripped, but if you got a butter face and you look just like paunchy and tired and gross, that stays with you. So if you're going to sit there and comment on somebody's weight, that can come and it can go. People can look the best or they can look the worst, but you can switch it and they're still going to look like $1 million. Now, you can't fix ugly.
And you can't fix mean, You can't fix mean.
Well, you can just find the Lord or something. I don't know. Moving on. Last but not least, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Andy Cohen ended up, and the only reason I'm sharing this is because Andy Cohen ended up going on Sirius XM. This is what was said.
Crazy. By the way. Crazy.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is, I know, not the voice that you expected to hear. This is not the voice that you probably wanted to hear, but it is I, Andy Cohen, and this is our first day broadcasting on Andy 100. I know that you're expecting a big announcement from Howard, and this is actually not how things were meant to go. There's been a lot of talk about what's going to happen with Howard. Is he fired? I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, except that he's not here, and I am. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, John Hill. John, a surreal morning here. Good morning.
Sweetie, you're doing great, sweetie.
Well, thank you, sweetie.
How does it feel?
I have to say, I fantasized for years about sitting in this chair. This is not how I thought this would go down.
Right.
I feel like the body, as it were, isn't cold. Howard and the executive team at Sirius felt that it was best to kind of part ways now. If you are listening, Howard, I do love you, and I hope that after you do whatever healing needs to happen, you will come back stronger than ever. I just want all of Howard's fans to know you will have a home on Andy 100. There will still be a lot of Housewives talk, Bachelor talk. Oh, wow. The phone lines are lit up. I mean, John, dare we go there?
Let's try it. Listen, whatever. We're stepping up, right?
Okay. Paul in Long Island, what's going on?
What the fuck is this?
Oh, good morning.
No ending? No goodbye? This is it?
Well, look, I don't feel how this all played out with Howard is my story to tell. But what I will say is I am incredibly grateful for this opportunity. I know Howard may have a different demographic than us. I promise that you're going to have fun, too. You know, later in the show, Patti LuPone is here.
Wow.
She's from Broadway.
Okay, so
Patti LuPone, that demographic's going to love that. But this is a very, very, very... It was a prank. Was it a prank?
Well, people are saying this was a prank. If you guys go on page 6 right now, you can see there's an article about Howard Stern specifically where it is being noted that he is still going to be a part of Sirius XM, and I don't know in what capacity. If this was a prank, I think that's dumb.
Yeah,
it's not landing
really
if it's a prank.
It's not landing. Yeah, that's 100%. this is such a big chair to fill. And Andy for stepping in, that is, oh my, this isn't like
But
radio
two totally
Andy.
different
This
people.
is Andy. This is Channel 100. It's very, if you guys listen to Sirius, the only reason I do is because we have it in our car and it just comes with the car. So like, I wouldn't, don't want to pay for another thing, but it's such a big deal. But I wonder how his demographic is going if he stays doing this. That it can't be a prank. They made a whole rebrand, right? MSNBC said it was a prank. Oh my gosh.
Maybe if this is that everybody's saying it's a prank, Andy.
Maybe it was a prank, but I'm like,
it was a
when
prank
this happened, when I woke up this morning and I saw this on my phone, I was like, what's going on? There's no way.
I don't feel like it's not even a funny prank. That's just a stupid prank.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, can you imagine like you're a hardcore Howard Stern listener? I've listened to a ton of his shows. And then Andy Cohen is the replacement. It's like,
well, maybe then if you're laughing at it, maybe it is a prank.
Yeah.
Oy.
Yeah.
So, but by the way, guys, before we take the last of the questions, I know that we said this a little bit. We're gonna do a members only live again. I think this is like the 3rd or the 4th week in a row.
Let's do it because we have a lot of things planned for our members, guys. Like a lot.
God.
We have a lot of vlogs. We're going a lot of places in the next. What do we have left this year? 3.5 months. This year is going to fly by from here on out.
15 Fridays until Christmas, Jason.
It's crazy. So we do a lot of things, but until we start vlogging or we're going on our trips or whatever, it is so fun to do a members only live where we just like get on and talk shit and have fun. It's so fun. So if you guys aren't members, like, please, it's fun. And we ask you guys what you guys want. You know what I mean? Because you're the members. So you guys should tell us what you want.
Well, and also just to kind of accompany that statement, I feel like at the end of the day with us, as far as like the rest of the year, like you guys don't understand for Jason and I, and we're different. Everybody's different. The first part of our year is kind of boring. It's kind of just like getting like reintegrated into like after the holidays, just like everybody else, getting into the summer. We have the spring into summer. It's not like a winter into spring into summer. It's not like the most exciting time, but what we have coming up is we're going to get to see our great friend, Dorinda Medley, who we love, love, love. And hopefully we will see her if we don't see her at Bluestone Manor, we will see her at BravoCon. We are going to BravoCon. I might have a big interview in New York City. We have to wait and see kind of how that shapes up. So I'm not going to really kind of speak on that until it does. And also people say don't even tease things because people give you negative energy. So you don't want that in that. I mean, I did anyways. And then we have a Christmas party that is infamous in LA. And last year I brought a friend. And this year I'm going to bring the husband, but not the sick husband, because that bitch can stay here. But we're going to bring the healthy husband. And
yes, I can't wait. I'm so glad that they like, I didn't go I couldn't go last year. So I'm glad that you took someone.
It's so fun doing things with you because I always get to bring you the stories and you're like, it's like kind of story time for Jason. But last year at BravoCon, like Jason didn't want to hear the stories. Jason wanted to be a part of it. And he had the best time. And he was like, oh, this is what you guys are doing.
So
like,
fun.
This is what this is like.
So fun.
And I'm like, yeah. So now if I get to do like the party in LA and everything, and I get to go do it with Jason, it's just like even better because one, I have like my best friend with me, but two, it's like I don't have to relay any of the information. It's just kind of together, and we get to talk about it together. It's making memories together. So I love that shit.
That'll be fun. And I haven't been to LA. Gosh, since when Sheena's show? Maybe I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've been to LA. Like
it's been a minute. It has. But yes, BravoCon is going to be lit, and did I just say that? Gross. BravoCon's going to be amazing.
BravoCon's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit. It's going to be amazing. Oh, Yeah. It's gonna be amazing. And what I was gonna say is, shit, you just threw me off.
You said lit, so you threw yourself off.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Adrian Markham said, when will we see Dorinda's Bluestone Manor show? I don't know if, in fact, because although we're friends with Dorinda, love Dorinda, that's still, she's under contract for things like that. Those aren't things that, she's still a housewife and she's seasoned. She's never going to share that information with anybody, which I wouldn't expect her to. And I wouldn't even put her on the spot to ask her. I don't know if it was tested or if it was like a pilot or if it was picked up. I'm not sure. You know,
it would be a great show. It'd be like Vanderpump Villa, but like Dorinda's Bluestone Manor.
Yeah.
Like, and kind of like Below Deck too. You know, you come, you enjoy your guest, and then you leave. It'd be great if they got like, she had a staff and they got tips. Like, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun.
Katie Warman said, hello from UK. You guys do such a fab job covering all things Bravo. Jason, is it bad? I actually am really enjoying the latest season of Below Deck.
Not at all.
Adam and Jason, are you enjoying London Housewives?
Okay. Not at all, because we still have Captain Carey. There are still things happening. It's not that bad. I just think it's like not what I expected. And maybe I need to manage my expectations with Below Deck, but a lot of people are feeling the same way. I'm just going to say. But second part of your question, are we enjoying London Housewives? Are you kidding? It is one of my new favorite shows. I love it. Bravo is kicking themselves in the ass right now for not doing it themselves. Hey, you did a very, very, very good job. Production is great. The ladies are great. Caroline and Dorinda make appearances. I know. It's good.
They're good.
Great cast.
And they're just like a bunch of like really glamorous, like little, and I mean this with all due respect, like glamorous, rich, like gorgeous assholes that just like call each other out for everything. It's like what Housewives should be and what Housewives originally was.
I said this last time too, that what I love about London, it's kind of like what I love about Miami. It's just like by default, it's a diverse cast because that's what London is. That's what Miami is. It's a melting pot. And you have all these like women with these great backgrounds. I mean, yes, every Housewives show is supposed to be like that, but it's not like Jersey where they're all from Jersey and it's Jersey. You know what I mean? It's just different. And I really, really love it. They did such a good job. I think, what are we going on? Episode 4? I can't remember if 4 or 5. Juliet Angus from the Ladies of London is now introduced because she has her whole, tagline at the beginning, but we haven't seen her yet. So that'll be kind of fun.
Holy shit. According to Danny, by the way, guys, let me just say this really quick. I am like Teflon and nothing offends me. And
Not
you
Teflon.
can say whatever you want. And if you think that you love this guy, this is why I'm married to him. We've been together for 11 years. So I'm really back because of Jason. Love you, Adam. But I enjoy these so much when it's you and him. The dynamic is everything.
Oh, thank you.
My God. Me too.
I missed it because I was gone for like a year.
A year.
We had so much going on, like crazy.
Oh, it was nonstop. But guys, no, I enjoy this too. That's kind of when everybody is asking us, like, where are the other collaborators? Where are the other people? We only do so many lives. So if, like, through preference, if I can do these lives with Jason, it's like I get to talk about my favorite things with like my best friend, and I would way rather do it with him. And if we have a situation where Jason has to go or I'm not available, then we pivot and we collaborate, and that's okay. But no, that's why when you guys are asking the questions, I'm always like, no, hello. So thank you. Tina, thank you so much.
Welcome, Tina.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And we will be doing another members live this week. Plan some get-togethers for the members, Adrian. So for BravoCon, that's a little hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's nonstop.
I know Gelsey and I were talking about doing like a meetup. On Anchor Watch, we've been talking about doing a meetup at BravoCon, but now I think our schedules are going to be like,
I don't
crazy.
think there's time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We
need to plan. We did that. Sorry, I'm interrupting. We did that.
Sick, guys.
I know. I'm starting to feel it. We did that meetup in London because I wanted you to see, because a lot of your audience is also in the UK, and so we did that whole meetup, and my best friend helped arrange all of that, and it was just so much fun. There was like 60 people that showed up. And it was just fun to go and not do like a live show or whatever, just meet people, who
Yeah.
watch you from the UK, because it's such a big market for us. Actually, guys, because Matilda just said, can't wait to see you guys in London. I'm really trying to convince Adam right now to go to London for about 3 weeks, and just like, because we can do it, because it's remote, what we do is remote. I'm trying to get him over there, just for a little bit, like in the spring. So you can see it in the spring and not the gloomy London, which I really love, actually. It's like one of my favorites. Vicky Harnish, I'll take this last one really quick. Can you help with the VPN? Yeah, so if you are trying to watch the Real Housewives of London or like Made in Chelsea, Lisa Vanderpump is going to make an appearance on Made in Chelsea because her nephew, Sam, who's a friend of ours, is on the show. And I don't know why that's my guilty pleasure lately. I love it. But a VPN, you can go, there's so many different kinds of VPNs, ExpressVPN, NordVPN. And what you do is you download that, and then you can choose to be in London. So it looks like your computer is coming from London, and then you can go to heyu.com, make an account, and watch your shows. But the VPN has to be turned on.
Oh God, that's so chaotic.
It's not. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It sounds chaotic. Adrian and Becky, I love Hilton Head. Hey guys, Adrian. It's so nice there, and Bluffton, the Tree Line Street. Yes,
so cute. Yes, and they do so many like fun festivals down there.
Last but not least, it's Missy. Will Caroline make an appearance on London Housewives? She already has. So just go check it out.
And she will again. I wish she would do the show.
I know.
It's just so much better. It's so good.
How are you feeling?
So good. It's starting to hit.
Okay.
You know how you go like this? I'm on this part.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. I think, Jason, am I right before I kind of like sign off? Am I right that I feel like we covered everything?
Yeah. No, that was great. I didn't know what to expect today. I love when I don't know what to expect, though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We love you guys. Over 500 people in the room. If you guys haven't already, and you can even go and see
the recap.
The recap for the Real Housewives of London. Look at these ladies. But we have so many things that are coming up, from not only articles from our incredible writers, but you can see our YouTube videos, and you can see our podcast episodes. You can see all of our writers, and you can go down and also see all of our sponsors, but go be a part of the conversation. It's so much fun. Otherwise, happy Monday. Jason and I are on day 8 of just dying in bed. And Jason this morning, I think it was like at 4:30 this morning, all I heard was, help. Help. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
I think we got this. I think we got that summer strand or whatever the hell is going on.
We got the crud.
You guys, Adam and I don't get sick. Like we never get sick. So when we get sick, it's like it takes us down. So I think we're on the last couple of days. I hope. Hey, Below Deck is on tonight. We have Anchor Watch tomorrow at noon. Gelsey and I will be there for that. It'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right, guys, smash the like button, show some love. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget that we're posting all over TikToks, Instagram, Reels. We're posting on Up and Adam channel 1 and 2, and we will be posting polls. Anchor Watch tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then we're going to still be here stacked for the rest of the week with the lives, and hopefully we just feel better. But thank you guys.
And Beyond the Blinds Friday.
Yes.
Beyond the
Blinds on Friday.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
love you guys. See you later. Bye.